Today is Friday, July 15th of 2022. And my name is Alexander Isaac Luna, and I'm
Mhm.
about to be 32 years old on July 31st. And I work here at Providence Saint Joseph, Burbank. I've been with Providence now for 10 years.
My name is Chabree Rogers. I'm 31. We've known each other for 10 years. We met at Providence. I work now with UCLA Health in their orthopedic surgery department. Healthcare is what first bonded Isaac and I. It's been
That is the
great. Yeah.
nickname,
Yes.
Isaac.
Okay, we'll use Alex today. Pardon me.
Yes, it's a name you call me.
Yes, all the time. We've known each other for 10 years. Let's take it back 10 years when we were both 21.
We met in the
Mm-hmm.
emergency room. You have a different story from when you first met me,
I'm
and I have
sure.
a different story of when I
Okay,
first met
yes.
you. I was working, then you came around and said, "Here's all these charts, and where do I put them?" And then I turned around like, "Who's that talking? Who's this person?" Because you weren't like
Mm-hmm.
announced as a new employee, and you're wearing a vest, an Old Navy vest.
Of course, you're going to bring up the Old Navy vest. We'll
Yes,
get to that. Mhm.
you're wearing an Old Navy vest and glasses. And then I
Mhm.
asked someone like, "Who's this person?" Like, "Oh, she's a new hire."
I don't know when you had started at Providence, but I think you were only there a couple months before I started. At the time in Providence, a little company, Mary, they had sections. And I remember I was in the B section, registering patients, trying to get my feet wet. And here comes this skinny guy with a buzz cut, with the clipboard in his hand. And I said, okay, wow, like, who is this? So he came around to my right and said, hi, how are you? I'm Isaac, and I'm the supervisor here. We really, really just hit it off. I don't know if it was we were both
Mhm.
somewhat new or your spirit took to my spirit. We just became friends so quickly. I think that we saw a bit of ourselves in each other. I'm so happy that our friendship has lasted this long. I did have a question that I wanted to ask you. What do you wish you knew back then? You get what I'm saying. You get the drift.
Gosh, what I wish I knew. The main thing would be like the strength and the courage and the self esteem I would have 10 years later. What about yourself?
Things are going to be okay. You're 21, you're 22, 23, you don't know who you are. And I wish I would just slow down a little bit.
When we celebrated me being promoted to St. John's,
Yes.
and I think you said, "Oh, this is so great for you." You really put yourself out there all these years.
Yes.
When you're doing that, you don't really look at it like that. I was just naturally being
Doing.
bossy.
That's one thing I will say that I admire about you. You're very true to yourself. You're a go getter. You don't truly take no for an answer. You just rephrase the question.
That's very true.
Your fashion was always on point. That's one thing I think anyone who knows you are styled to a T. I do have another question. Who has been the kindest to you?
There's so many waves of people I've had in my life who
Mhm.
meant something or have helped me through something. But I think to name a few, my aunt back
Mhm.
home, Bloopy, who helped me through my
Mhm.
teenage years. My cousin Denise, who kind of helped raise me as a child. I have a mother, but she was very motherly. Also, our coworker in Torrance, who helped me learn how to be like professional and how
Mhm.
to ask to do more. When I went through like the St. John's transition, you and your
Yeah.
mom were like very helpful to me on those
Mhm.
trying times. What about
Mhm.
yourself? Obviously, it's gonna be your mother because you guys are so
Yeah, of
close.
course. And I mean, my mom were like uber, uber close. You, of course, my mother. I went through anxiety, panic attacks.
Which I didn't understand at the time.
No one understands it until they actually go through it, I think. And I had a really low moment. I had a situation also where it was a friend. Her name's Yesenia. She is someone that I really did lean on. She really did help me see myself and say that it's okay. There's so many people that go through this.
It's good you had Yesenia to help you through that difficult time. We
Mhm.
went on a trip in Hawaii. Was 30th birthday. We had a number of friends there with us. One day, you told me very point blank, you need to go to counseling. Once we got back, I officially enrolled into
I know
therapy.
it was like immediately right after that.
Well, I
Oh.
want to end with speaking about gratitude or
Oh,
gratefulness.
I always take everything as a lesson learned. So many things that have happened to me, not horribly, but jobs, people come and go. I'm grateful that my parents are still alive. I'm grateful for, I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have, I'm very grateful for that they are always there for me. And I'm just so grateful for life. Life is so fleeting.
And I know you're grateful for all the men that come into your life.
And they are going, and I know that there's somebody out there for me.
I think the
Yes,
first thing
I'm
I'm
listening.
grateful for is my own strength in life. I give myself a lot of credit for how far I've gotten in life and the success I've had personally, professionally,
Mhm.
sometimes romantically.
Mhm.
So I always try to start there. Like I'm grateful for
Mhm.
me. I'm obviously grateful for the various people in my life who steer me in the right direction when sometimes I may get off path. And I'm grateful for the fond memory that we'll look back on and remember this
Mhm.
years from now.
And I think this would be a great time capsule for both of us.